Yo, what's going on? Welcome to a new show. It's called The Full-Time View, people. And full-time is just where we get to really chop it up, talk about today, the result, what it meant, and this, that, and the other. So listen, guys, I don't want one of those shows where, where it's like, no, I'm gonna wait for you to talk and then, No, let's just go. If you got something to say, bring up the point and let's get into it. Who was the man of the match today, guys?
Lindelof.
Yeah, Lindelof, 100%.
Go on, who's the floor?
So everything that Villa tried to throw at him, even though it wasn't that much, but in the key moments, it was Lindelof that was there. You see the clearance off the line, the header. There was a time when a cross came in and he had a great header to clear it away. I think he has a shout to be a starting centre-back for us, even when...
No, he doesn't. You went too far. You lost me there.
He's not good enough for that.
I'm just saying, if I was him, I would be thinking, all right, I haven't put a foot wrong now. Why can't I start?
Because he gets dominated by physical players most of the time.
Oh, come on.
A man like Antonio, then
Wait, I like, go on, let him really try and get into this point.
I'm not saying that he's better than Licha or Varane. I'm not saying that
but
at
you
all.
just said starting centre back.
No, I'm saying that it's a shout.
It's not.
I think there are games where maybe Ten Hag should be like, I should play Varane I should play Lindelof over Varane.
Right.
And we shouldn't be complaining and thinking, why is Varane on the bench? Because Lindelof has proven to us time and time again he can play when we need him to play.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I think in an event where, for example, Varane's injured or Varane might need a night off, Lindelof next to Martinez, that doesn't worry me. But I think, and I'll agree with you, as man of the match, you got clean sheet. He played the saves off the line. But my only thing about Lindelof is, you've had 3 or 4 years to stake your name as the main defender. You didn't do it.
Not
of course
really.
he did,
He's not really had the fair shout of trying to stake his name. Stake his name to claim. But the reason why I say that he hasn't had his fair shout is think about who he's. So the first one we know is that the Maguire was too expensive, so he has to play. We know that for sure. And we know that relationship together, they don't bring the best out of each other.
Yeah.
I think together they're horrible. I think maybe Victor brings out the worst in Maguire, and Maguire definitely brings out the worst in Lindelof.
Maguire brings out the worst in Maguire. He doesn't need somebody next to him.
But how's Victor Lindelof had his in this run? Has he ever been Martinez's partner? Has he ever been the partner?
You're mistaking me. What I mean by that is, don't forget, we bought Lindelof under Mourinho. So what I'm trying to say is, you've had a long. If you're going to be the man, you've had from Mourinho's time, from Ollie's time, from Ralph's time. So you've had a long time to. I agree that yes, next to Martinez, he looks better, and I'll definitely say, okay, I don't mind you to be a deputy, but he's had enough time to show that he's a number one centre-back for United, and he's not. That's for me.
I don't know. I just feel like we're getting around Steph, and they're saying that he could be a number one centre-back. I just feel that he hasn't. I don't think he's been played as much. You know how we used to complain with Bailly and say, but he's never been given a chance to be the main, the guy, at least next to the guy. I think he deserves to play next to a Martinez for a solid amount, 4 games, 5, 6 games, for him to know what he is. But have we ever seen that? I don't think we've seen that this season.
Can I just say, when Mourinho bought him, he was the number 1 choice centre-back. Yeah. So he had his chance then to show us who he is. You see how Martinez, he's been bought in the summer, you're going to be my centre-back. Yeah. He's showing us then. He's showing us now. Lindelof had his opportunity to do that.
But when Lindelof was playing under Mourinho, it was a different style of play. It wasn't the sort of play where Mourinho wanted his centre-backs to really get onto the ball and go forward, which Lindelof is so good at. And when Lindelof did play consistently, it was under Ole. And it was that season where it was the back four of Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire and Shaw, and that back four was actually decent. And now he's back into the team. I just feel as though, how can a player play a few games, he's playing really well, and then players come back from injury, and then cool, that's it, you're on the bench again.
Look, I don't agree once again, because I'm like, if you're gonna go back to the Mourinho times and we haven't got much, look at somebody like a Rashford. Over time, Rashford has proved to us that he's that guy. Lindelof has had the same amount of time.
Has Rashford really done that?
So when you say Rashford's starting number left for us?
Yeah. Now, this season.
But now, everything's got, you lot counting all these ex-managers that were dead makes no sense. You have to judge the players under this manager that we have right now. Yeah. It doesn't make, saying now doing the year thing, a lot of players have let themselves down. For who in this team, bar this season, can say that they can have their head held high? No one except the new players that have Bruno, maybe. That's the only one that you can argue. But then everyone else needs to sit down somewhere.
So the question I'm asking you then, are you starting Lindelof over Varane? Ever?
1 second, I'll come back to you. Go on.
No, I was just going to say, say, because I think the reason why we went down that rabbit hole is because we mentioned Eric Bailly, and Eric Bailly hasn't played a lot. Well, he hasn't played under Eric Ten Hag. So that's why we were being retrospective in the sense of talking about why you bring in previous managers back into it. However, what I would say is, as well as Lindelof's done, and I'm a big Lindelof fan, I do think I echo what I said to you in my fan view like last weekend. Great bench player. Yeah. And I know that. That's not even like, again, I'm going to have to reiterate, it's not even derogatory. Like, we need...
You might.
Bit of a malfunction there. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
You say he's a great bench player, not in a bad mind way.
Exactly.
I agree with that.
I agree.
And I think that I've lost my train of thought. But what I was going to say is I don't quite agree with you. Like, there's a shout for Lindelof to be starting. I think he's already proven himself in the games that he's come in, and I think that's enough.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
He comes off the bench, helps out, plugs the hole when he needs it. But then he
gives me the confidence in that. So Varane or Martinez ain't playing. Okay, that's cool. Lindelof can step up. That is the confidence he gives me. He don't give me the confidence that we're going to run the season with him.
Yeah.
There must be a goal in the game. There must be a goal in the game earlier.
I think it's Liverpool.
Probably, we'll see. Done. I've lost my trail of thought as well. But let's focus on the game though. Man United win 1-0. You guys, like, what does that result mean to us? Like,
massive.
A step closer to securing Champions League, which none of us is really worried about that we're not going to get.
Yeah.
I'm battling it out for third because I don't want Newcastle getting above their stations. Yeah.
Newcastle have definitely jumped above their station right now.
They really have, and I need them to know we're Man United. Just relax in fourth. Be happy with fourth. We'll take third, and then we'll march on for a title chase next season. Yeah. But third, that's what I'm battling for.
Also, let me read as a super chat quickly. Here you go. Red Baron says, bench player for United is nothing to be ashamed about. Lindelof looks like he's fine with it too. Absolutely. Ahmed Desan says, we need to manage Varane. He cannot consistently play more than once a week without risking injury. Lindelof is perfect substitute when Varane is being rotated. Yeah.
That's what I mean. I just think we should be able to say, all right, cool, Varane, you take a rest here. It doesn't make Lindelof, I don't see him as a bench player. He's still a starting player for us, but it doesn't always have to be the same starting 11 all the time. We should be able to change it and say, cool, we haven't weakened our team here really, we've just rotated.
Yeah,
that's what
I agree, but you don't want too much change in your back forward. I agree, he's a rotate, he could come in. So if, for example, like Varane, because we know Varane's not as fit as he once was, if you need a night off, then he could go there,
Well, you know what's funny, because there has been, Ten Hag has rotated a lot today, but talk to me about Ten Hag's substitution today. Did it work?
I mean, it was ineffective in the sense that Anthony, I don't even know all now, he's be waiting for his first touch. Because I didn't see it. Fred came on, I don't know what his job was to do, but he didn't F up. So, okay, I can say it worked in that sense. We didn't concede, we got the clean sheet, we got the 3 points. So in that aspect, you can say it worked.
Yeah, because, even the Harry Maguire change as well, that was the interesting one for me. I was like, I saw him getting ready, and then it's scary because we should never. I hate that we do this, but because I have no ratings for him, when I see him, I just get scared straight away. I look at him and I think, we're not going to get through this.
I think the players on the pitch must be feeling the same way. As soon as Maguire's number is lifted up on the board, they must be feeling like, what's going on here? Why is he coming on? But luckily today, Villa didn't really make the most of that. They didn't really start throwing in boxes or really press forwards or able to see out the game, which we haven't always found easy. And we've got another clean sheet. That golden glove for De Gea.
It's looking good.
It's looking good.
And I think considering Villa's form, remember, like Steph read out their form, I think it's a good 3 points to take off them because they were good.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? Liverpool are cooking Spurs at the moment, and it's just making me think of the. It's making me think of the last game. Our win today was vital because roaring Liverpool side chasing
and they're getting players back.
Yeah. Just moving things again, like Casemiro. That's the piece. That's the player I want to talk about today. Thoughts? Anyone?
He's back. We said before pre-match, we said we need him to release himself, let go of the shackles. Don't worry about suspensions, yellow cards, because when you start to worry about, like players that come back for injury and they're scared they're going to get injured again, they don't play the same. So he needs to not worry about suspensions and all of that, because you're not going to give us what we need you to give. And it's like he heard us. He was free man on that pitch. You saw him spraying, tackling, sliding in.
You saw him take some risk as well. That's a big risk.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah, no, I echo everything Hayley said. I think he was really, really good. It was back to the old. He's putting in those tackles. I think towards the end of the game, we did become a bit open. And what you want a player like Casemiro to do is kind of shore it up so we can go and dominate. But I guess the question you've got to ask is that on him, or is that on we need to get other midfielders around him that dominate?
Because have you not noticed that we started to lose that midfield battle, like in terms of when it gets to the 70th minute, the game kind of like, and then the nerves kick in. What's your thoughts on that? Like, or is there a player that we have in waiting? Is there a player that we should make be that guy? Because Fred, he's not going to be that guy.
We need to make signings.
We do.
Yes. So first of all, we need to make signings. Great point. But second of all, I think the way 90% of the time, the way Erik ten Hag likes to play, we do need a midfield three that is, or at least 2 out of the 3, they need to be fit for the 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? They can't do that. So as soon as the triangle of sadness. If you don't watch the match view, then we spoke about the triangle of sadness, but the film and the midfield,
which is a comedy.
And it is a comedy. It's a comedy. It's a comedy. Anyway, my point being is so if you've got one of them malfunctioning in that midfield triangle, then the whole thing goes to shit. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not piling on Eriksen here, but Eriksen was the weakest link. Eriksen was the weakest link today. He didn't play great in the first half, but certainly in the second half, when it got to the second half, he was out of legs. He was out of breath, he was out of legs. Do you know what I mean? And as soon as he started faltering and tiring out, it's almost as if the other two capitulated in our midfield.
Because talk to me about Sappy's game today. Why you're bringing up the midfield? Why are you talking about the midfield and stuff?
I'm not a fan of this guy.
I'll stay with you for a sec, Steph. You're saying that Eriksen was the weak link today, but then his relationship with Sabitzer today. Because it's not like Bruno was a part of it. That was a midfield diamond that it's different to what we're used to.
What? How do I feel about Sabitzer or Sabitzer
just
with
that,
Eriksen?
With Eriksen, that what we had today.
I don't think it worked. No. I don't think it worked, and I think that I'm going back to what I said before the start of the match for you. I don't think our midfield with Sabitzer and Eriksen, I don't think they worked today, and we still won. Don't get me wrong, but I think that has more to do with the weakness of Aston Villa's midfield, the fact that they didn't have Coutinho.
Well, no, because we have to be right to. What I don't want to do is I don't want to get revisionist with Aston Villa that was playing today. We played a good Aston Villa side, and we are better than them. Yeah. That's it, because every time we play an opponent, we almost not that we're surprised we won, but we're we're lucky to have that win. No, we're better than them. They're supposed to have the better defense in there. They're supposed to have the best defense in the league. They're supposed to be if the league was supposed to start when Emery got there, they're second. So they're an informed side. Man United, we had chance after chance.
Okay, but let me ask you this then. This is what I'm saying. I'm just bringing it into the conversation. I'm saying, do you think, if Coutinho started today, do you think that our midfield, do you think we would have been overrun? Do you think we would have been overrun?
But I just don't I get Coutinho's been dangerous and he can score against us because he's a true Liverpool rival. But I don't rate him like that. I don't rate him like that. I don't think he's like what we used to see in Coutinho. It's not like he's going to be the most feared, but when you have players that will just score against us because they had that in their system. It's like Man United today, he's going to turn out, right?
Yeah. As much as I hear what you're saying, I do sort of see where Steph is coming from. I think against a different team, so for example, looking towards that City final, the FA Cup final,
you can't play them together.
could outrun our midfield there.
Absolutely.
They could
Easily.
and
That's
what it
the
highlights
point
to me
I'm
are
trying to
two
make.
problems. Firstly, we're not killing off teams when we should be. We shouldn't be relying on our midfield to see us out the game in the last 20 minutes all the time. And secondly, we need another number 6 that we can bring on for someone like Eriksen, so then we have 2 holding midfielders to see out the game.
I see it like that, but I see it slightly differently. I think United are in a good place when Eriksen's on our bench and Eriksen comes off the bench. I wouldn't want a number 6 in the Casemiro mode. That's why De Jong for me is so important, because I need a number 6
carrier.
who's holding the ball, who's passing. Because really and truly, the creativity for us is mainly coming from, let's say, our Bruno on our forwards. But we just need a midfielder who can hold on to it. And that's one of my reservations with Sabitzer. So I've been watching him. And I always ask myself, so what have you done? Like, I can go through that match, and apart from that one shot he did, I don't know what he did.
On target.
You know, someone like Cam, because I know Cam's really tender, he could enlighten me, but I don't quite see the use of a Sabitzer.
I'm a bit confused about Sabitzer's performance today, because in the previous weeks where he has played well, the couple of weeks, there were the times when he was actually running in behind and sort of playing like a number 9. And with the way Ten Hag set the team out today, this could have been the perfect game for him to be doing what he's been doing before, running behind, but
So
just
do you
didn't
think the
seem to
tactics was
work.
off then? Because if you're saying this game, with the way we played, didn't suit him, and we played tactically different on the game that it did suit him, are you saying the tactics was off? Or can you not say that because we got the result?
I just feel as though Sabitzer didn't make the most of the tactics that were
Presented.
applied today.
I feel like that's because you can't. This is my personal opinion.
Yeah.
I would veer away from playing Sabitzer and Eriksen together. I'm not saying that they don't work together. I'm just saying if we didn't have the injuries that we had, it would be one or the other.
They're getting
Oh
slapped.
my goodness! I
Again.
think Liverpool must be hurting Spurs because
Spurs are not
I
good on the
just
road.
keep hearing mad noises.
They're not good on the road. Remember last week what happened to them at Newcastle? They was 4-0 in 20 minutes.
Could they outdo what happened to us?
I hope so, because we need.
Like we need someone needs
else needs to take that.
An 8. Yeah,
Oh,
someone
no.
needs an 8. Yeah, someone needs an
It's a
8.
pen.
Oh my
Please.
goodness.
Just on the game, another player that I thought was...
I want to come back to that Sabitzer thing. I think sometimes when a player doesn't score, it sends. We can look at their performance differently, you know, because while he was in there and stuff, and I think it's like for a Sabitzer to appreciate Sabitzer, it's when the goals go in. It's because that's you're hoping for him to be dangerous. You're hoping to deliver like that.
KG. If he's playing in a number 10 role, I'm gonna need him to create chances and let off shots on target. I didn't see him really creating shots. So I don't want him in that 10 role then. If you're going to do that, me personally, I wouldn't. I don't think I'd keep him on in the summer. If we do, I'm getting rid of other players so that he stays, but then also buy in more midfielders.
Think back to the game against Sevilla, where he scored the 2 goals in the first half, and then we drew the game 2-2. Who wasn't playing? It was Bruno that wasn't playing. I'm not saying Bruno's an issue at all, but I'm just saying that when Bruno's not the main man, when he's not on the pitch, I feel as though that's where Sabitzer can actually play and make it.
Well, if we're going to choose between them, I'm not choosing Sabitzer. I'm going to go back to Bayern.
I'm just saying it was just. I think they just maybe clashed today. Maybe that was the issue. Is what I'm saying.
I don't know. I just think it's a problem.
I'm sorry to cut you. I think Eriksen was the issue today. I don't even think it was Sabitzer. I feel like Eriksen didn't have his best game since he's come back from injury. He's not back on form yet, and you know when Eriksen wasn't in the team, we found a new role for Bruno, and we was cooking when we played Everton. We should have been 5-6-0 up in that first half, where Bruno got man of the match and he was playing a deeper role. I want to see Bruno back there.
Spurs fans are leaving now.
They're getting deja vu. That's what's happening to them.
It's a long drive home, isn't it?
What?
3-0 after 60.
But can I be honest though? I see this scoreline and I get upset with Thursday though.
Yeah, we have to.
Because this Spurs, they're just yellow bellies, nothing.
But we wasn't getting that.
This is Anfield,
We got Spurs. We got semi-angry Spurs.
Bounce
back. Send a message. We got them at home and it was different. So there we go. Red Baron says, I could say, what if Martinez played as well? Yeah. probably to something we said earlier. WJ Barrett said, no, what's going on? Villa are flying and we beat them. No goals conceded. Celebrate the win. The midfield won the battle. Absolutely.
Yeah, fair enough.
Here you go. Daniel Luciano says, what? Sabic was literally everywhere. Watch again. Yeah, so people are not having that.
Yeah, but as a number 10, I need you not to just be everywhere. Create something.
So
otherwise, drop back in midfield.
Don't get it twisted. If I'd keep personally. I'd keep him. I think he offers. I think there's a lot that he offers. I think he's offered more in a Man United shirt than like a Donny van der Beek.
Yeah,
I think he's offered more than a McTominay.
And McTominay, Donny van der Beek, and one more midfielder.
Maybe he offers more than Fred.
And Fred
has to go, and we keep Sabitzer and get additional.
Ooh, wait, hold on, Steph wasn't sure about that Fred thing. What happened?
No. It's a question. Would you get rid of Fred before McTominay?
Oh,
those are two not like.
I'm not even putting them together. That's why I'm like.
No,
if you had a choice,
I'll get rid of McTominay first.
yeah, because you get more money for McTominay.
And I just get rid of McTominay.
Oh no, not just because of the money, but I just think Fred is a way better player than
way better.
McTominay.
He's not way better than anyone.
Well, he's way better than McTominay.
He's not way better than him.
With McTominay, I don't know if he's a number 6, if he's number 8, if he's a number 9, if he's a centre back for Scotland. I don't know where McTominay is.
I think
Fred is an 8. You know what you're gonna get from Fred. It may be a bit reckless at times, but Fred, we know what he's gonna do most of the time.
But is
I
it
disagree.
enough?
I think McTominay is a box-to-box central midfielder. He's not a 6, right? He's not a 10. We know that he's box-to-box. He has limitations. Same with Fred. Fred has limitations. You can say
What is Fred though? Fred is a what?
He's a box-to-box guy as well.
They've got 2 box-to-box
And
that doesn't want to be on the ball.
Even if exactly.
crazy.
Even if you want to say Fred's better than him, even if it's not by much, it's slim pickings. Both those guys could just leave. My opinion.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have said that, innit? Sorry.
No, I don't.
Bro, say your treat, bro. Don't apologize.
No, you know why? Because people are too soft and woke these days, so you can't say anything bad about them.
It's not bad. I think. I look at
I'm
like
just saying.
Yeah, I look like a McTominay, and I say, can we not find something in our academy that's better than McTominay, given a chance? I look at Fred, and I'm like, I like Fred, but he's not good enough. And I'm patient. Like, we may have to rebuild slowly, fair, but neither are Fred and McTominay are both not good enough. And I'll keep Sabitzer before those two, for certain.
Yeah.
So to move the conversation on today, Man United, man, there was a protest. And I wanted to get you lot's thoughts. Well, I haven't seen everything at the protest. I need to check it out. But there was a protest. Gary Neville, again, I don't want to quote him too much, but he's saying, look, maybe said, I'm just going to say it. I don't agree. Sir Jim is going to say, you know what, I'll have the club alongside the Glazers. Right, I'll have 50%, I'll be the main owner, and the Glazers will still be on board. He's saying he can buy them out later. Are you lot feeling like...
to do what though?
I'm already nervous.
What are they on board doing? Still contributing? Because what are they contributing?
They're just owners. They just still take...
They
have
have
to
still get a paycheck.
They're still getting a paycheck.
With Jim, it's sounding like his money's kind of short. Yeah. When you're doing that one, allow it, because we got a lot of stuff that needs to be done. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's already talking about, what do you call it, putting the debt on Ineos. His money's not long enough, bruv. We just need Eltans. You know what I mean? That's what we need.
We cannot rely on, all right, cool, in a few years' time, he's going to buy the rest of the club. No, who says he's going to do that? You don't know what's going to happen.
He's chatting shit. Let's call it out. He's chatting shit. He's lying.
I love Hayley.
To me, there's 2 ways it could go.
I'm not having it.
There's 2 ways it could
has to go.
If he buys his 50% and he plans to buy out later on, it's either we'll end up doing worse, the value will go down, Glazers won't want to sell, or we end up doing well, Glazers are like, alright, cool, we want to stay. So, yeah, to me, I need shake.
Plus, apparently that 50% is not 50%. I heard, and I could be wrong because I just follow what they say, but they said apparently he'll buy 50%, but the Glazers will still have the class.
No, he's not gonna. They're not agreeing to that, basically. Because I saw that and it said that they'll still be, even though they give them 50% of the club, their shares would not be seen as the. It's not. So if he gets it, they'll be the owners. They'll really be the main owners, and them lot shares will transfer into the B class or something crazy like that. So we don't have to worry about that. But I just don't want Sir Jim. I think. you know, there's that Love Island thing. You're a liar. Get it.
Yeah.
You're a liar. Get it? Because he's lied to us.
Yeah.
He lied to Man United fans. He said that the main thing he said that to us is, I'm returning, giving Manchester back
The glory.
to Man United, to like Manchester,
No, you're not.
basically.
I smell
Bro,
bullshit.
it's bull, bro.
Is that you, Jim? Is that you, Jim?
From the beginning, yeah, I said, I don't understand that. When another man gives a dossier, says, I want to return Man United to this, I'm going to invest in the women's team, I'm going to clear the debt, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I'm shocked that Gary Neville is still alongside this bid.
Yeah.
It makes no
Yeah.
sense. Everyone's been singing Glazers out for the longest time, green and gold, and now the time is here. One man says, I want to do everything for you. And he looks at it, not like it doesn't work. Look at Man City.
Yeah.
Look at what they're doing. I don't want to hear it
To
anymore.
me, it'll be so disappointing if we accept the Sir Jim bid. We've been saying for years we want the Glazers, not just half gone, but completely gone. Now we have an offer that, to me, it sounds crazy. I'm not a finance man, but over £5 billion for the club.
Yeah.
It's a lot
For
of
us
money.
not to
Take
take
it
that
and
would
run.
be
Take it and
ridiculous.
run.
Yeah, but you say us. You're not talking about
they're
us.
greedy.
You're talking about Avram and Joel.
Yeah.
My man.
I think
With the ponytail.
No, what I mean is that for people like Gary Neville or other fans to say that, no, actually we should take the Sir Jim one, after we've been campaigning for this for so many years, that would be ridiculous.
Okay, but I feel like, and again, I'm just coming from, I'm not in business, I'm not in finance, I just...
None of us are. We're just fans, man.
I don't think that the Glazers ever would have hinted or suggested putting this club up for sale, like last summer when they were hinting at it before it turned into a reality just after Christmas. They would never, they already knew. They never wanted to sell this club.
Yeah.
They never wanted to sell it, all of it. They never did. They already knew. Listen, maybe I'm a conspiracy theorist here. I'm not saying it was Sir Jim Ratcliffe was the one that they had been speaking to last summer. But even before they put the club on the market, they already knew they didn't want to sell. They were putting their feelers out. They wanted to see how much the club would go for like a full takeover. They had never had any intention.
Damn.
We know the Glazers. We know them.
No, but I think that they ran out of money. When Man United started looking at loan deals, that was it. That was a writing on the wall for me. It said
What, loan deals in January?
When it was loan deals and with no dividends, that should have been all the red, like that's the red
How
flag.
many previous seasons in January we've done loans? I think honestly, if you count since 2008,
We bought Bruno.
this one thing.
We bought Giddy up. We bought Giddy up, you know. Last season.
But this is what I'm saying. You can literally count on one hand the number of people we have bought in the January transfer window. So for me, that wasn't a red flag that we were looking at loans. My point is, you made a really, like, you just not prove my point, but like we're on the same page here.
Yeah.
Like the Glazers, they never wanted to sell in the first place. They still want to be at the club, and what's the best way to do that? Is get outside investment.
Yeah.
So they already knew this. There's no way they would have gambled, right, putting the club up on the market before they already knew that there's an investor. They would never have done that. They would never have done
I don't
that.
agree. I agree with you partially. What I think is they clearly misread the market because they thought the market Man United was going to generate more money than it did, right? That's why they've done round 2, round 3, right? So whatever intel they have must not be sold. I think selling the club was probably one of the last resorts, but the other Glazers certainly went out. Yes, Joel and Avram want in, but I think ultimately with Sir Jim, going back to him very quickly, it would have been a lot more palatable if he said, okay, he's going to go down the Rain Group route. If he knew his money wasn't long, say, okay, I'm going to team up with Rain Group, but you know the Glazers, you guys are out. He still wouldn't want it because it still amounts to debt. But I think what he's misread in the situation is we don't want to. Like, as our parent, we don't want to take those Glazers.
We don't want to see them. And I think the fact that he's pulling up with them is ridiculous. Let me read the super chat here. We're going to end with end this conversation talking about. Well, we'll talk about the game and stuff, and then after quickly end on Kane if you want to have that little discussion. Because his team's getting smoked right now.
Pumped.
He's thinking about us right now.
Yeah.
And he didn't shut it down. Here you go.
Exactly.
Gary Neville is a damn hypocrite. When Carlisle said they're going to partner with the Glazers, he was like, full sell only. Now his English lad's doing it. To be fair to Sir Jim, it's mad. It's mad.
I don't. If I'm being honest, I don't think Gary Neville's on that full English thing. I think, I haven't read it, but I think he's being more pragmatic and
why though?
I don't think he's trying to explain the situation as it is. I think ultimately he wants a full sell. Because when I speak to him, I don't speak to him, I don't know him.
To him, do you?
No, I mean when I hear him speaking on the overlap and stuff, Hayley, it seems like he really wants the Glazers gone just as much as anyone else.
But he's saying keep them though.
I reckon.
Just imagine, yeah. There's one man, yeah, that wants to clear the day. Wait, hold on. You can't even. You guys, I want to pay for everyone's student loan in here.
Yeah, that needs to be
on
paid
top
for,
of that, I want to give all you lot a new car.
Yep.
On top of that,
you get a
what
car.
more books do you want?
You get a car.
What more books do you want? For how can I make you best pass this course? You know what? Not only that, let's cash injection because I don't like where we are. You know where you live, yeah. I want to upgrade that too.
Yeah.
And then we're saying, let's look at the other guy that's not clearing the debt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That
That can only buy 50%. It's not a competition.
I'm trying to find out what did Gary Neville actually say.
But this is what my point being is. That says less to me anyway. That says less about Jim Ratcliffe and more about the Glazers. Because don't get me wrong. Look, so Jim Ratcliffe, he's our own British born and bred billionaire. We get that, right? Who doesn't actually quite have enough money to buy the club. But what I'm saying broke, but richer than us. But what I'm saying to you is the Glazers are taking advantage of Jim Ratcliffe. I'm not defending Jim Ratcliffe, okay? If it was Al-Thani and Jim Ratcliffe, I want Al-Thani. But what I'm saying to you is we know that the Glazers are leeches. We know that they're snakes. We know that they're greedy. So given the option of, oh no, we have to leave this club completely and get a full buyout, we need to, Al-Thani is going to come in and Sir Jim Ratcliffe, who's like, I really want to buy the club.
It's true. If they wanted to sell, they wouldn't be entertaining this.
There you go.
Percentage, this percentage, that. They would say no, full sell.
Yeah. No, they want 6 billion. No, they want to sell, but they want 6 billion.
Well, they got this. It's 6 billion.
Yeah.
It's 6 billion. What? 6 billion what though? $6 billion. I swear it must have cracked
I think
that.
what's happening here is obviously the Glazers want whatever's going to make them richer.
Yeah.
And if it means bringing in Ratcliffe, that's what they
that's
want.
gonna make them,
and they're businessmen. So in a way, they're entitled to do that. But I think also what Ratcliffe is doing is he's realised here that, all right, I'm not going to win this by giving cash alone to the Glazers. Yeah. The only way I can win this is if I say to the Glazers, you know what, you can stay. That's the only thing. I think what he's trying to do is get the Glazers on side and say, yeah, they're offering you more, but I'm letting you stay here. So go for my bid. Yeah. That's what he's doing. And I think it's fucked, man. Sorry.
It's fucked, but it's clever. Jim Ratcliffe knows what he's doing. Yeah. He's oily. He knows that the Glazers want to stay. He knows that they still want to keep a stakehold, somewhat a percentage in the club. He knows that they want to still have an input on the board and make some of the decisions. So he's going with that option.
Yeah.
I can't stand him, man. I can't stand him. Just to move the conversation on, we've all identified the main person today, the man of the match today is definitely Lindelof. Definitely Victor Lindelof.
Sir Victor Lindelof.
Who was who surprised? Who else in the team's game surprised you?
Malacia.
Really?
Yeah.
Sancho.
Talk to me about Malacia. You can come back and talk about Sancho. Go on, yeah.
Malacia really surprised me. I think I was quite concerned. I was wondering why, it wasn't Aaron Wan-Bissaka on the right wing and then Delo on the left. And I was wondering why that wasn't our starting lineup. But I think that Malacia pulled through. I think he did really well. I mean, even at moments, like you said, in the first half, Malacia was covering Dallo on the left-hand side, coming across the back line to tackle... Help me out here.
The Villa player.
But yeah, no, he was moving mad. I mean, look, he's a young player. I'm quite patient. Yeah. Look, he's not a starter for me, but he's definitely a good backup. Yeah. And I think that I honestly was expecting worse. I was expecting worse today, and he proved me wrong.
But isn't Malacia going to be 24 or something? He's not.
No, he's 21.
Check how old he is.
He's young. He's a young boy, man.
I'm sure Turan Malacia's not
maybe
as young.
22.
Not as young as we think.
That baby face.
Maybe he's got the baby face, so we just think he's young.
Yeah, he's
still.
22.
I also think Luke Shaw was really, really good today.
Yeah.
Underrated performance from him. Yeah, Lindelof was doing the more obvious things, definitely the man of the match, but there were quite a few moments in the game where Luke Shaw did just those little bits that just made it much easier for the rest of the team.
He's 23. He's going to be 24 next year.
He's still a young player.
But he's not 24's not young. 23, like we talk about a dude like he's 19. He's not.
But also, you have to remember it's his first season in the Premier League.
Yeah, I give him that.
23, Premier League, first season. We can't expect him to be consistent yet. And that's what we're seeing. We're just seeing inconsistencies.
I'm surprised. I thought he was a bit. I thought he was younger than that.
Yeah,
I thought he was younger than that.
He must have just had a birthday. Because
No,
we bought him
August.
young. I think we bought him at
24 in
22. Huh?
His birthday's in August.
So he's going to be 24 in August when the season
Yeah.
starts. So he's not young.
Yo, it don't matter. It don't matter. End of the day,
He played well.
is he good enough back? Is he a good enough backup?
Yeah, I think so.
Or do you think Man United need to like look in the market for him?
That is at least of our concerns right now.
Left back is not an issue for us.
That is not an issue. Like, as in,
Were
that
you
is-
not saying that in the Europa though?
No,
in,
my
the
thing is
in
this.
that last like Spurs game though? Were
KG,
we feeling like that way?
My thing is
Yeah,
this
but-
with him, KG. It's not that I think we need to look in the market per se. My thing is, why not look in the academy? Because I'm hearing this Alvaro Fernandez guy is meant to be a problem.
To me, the only reason why, remember, it's Luke Shaw that's supposed to be playing there.
Yeah.
He's not injured. The issue is we might need one more centre back.
Facts.
No, we'll definitely
Or
get a
definitely
centre back.
Yeah, we need another centre back so that Luke Shaw shouldn't have to play centre back. Yes, he's playing really well there, but I don't think we need to get a left back. I think that's one of the least.
Kim
of our
Min-jae or Timber?
concerns.
Me?
Kim Min-jae or Timber? What you doing?
I haven't seen them play enough.
Yeah, it's.
I haven't seen them play enough to. If I'm going to make a wild decision, I'm going to go for Kim.
Really?
Yeah.
Really.
That's
I haven't seen them, but I think
I haven't seen them play enough to judge it.
I would go for Kim, but the only thing my preference is Kim, but
Has Kim got pace?
he's pacey.
alright.
He's alright. I mean,
So-
listen, he's faster than.
I'm
what we-
signing
we've got
Timber.
that.
Yeah.
No, but-
21
okay.
years old. He knows exactly how our manager wants to
That's
play.
exactly
He's
my
played
point.
next to
That was my
Martinez as
point.
well.
He's played next to Martinez before.
That's my point.
And he's durable. You can, if you need him to play as a right back.
Can I get
Oh,
two?
you can play right
Can I
back?
get? Can I
Yeah.
get bog off?
Huh?
Can I get a bog off deal?
What do you
Buy
want
one,
to do?
get
Buy one, get one free.
Oh.
Yeah.
No. We're not gonna get power.
You're saying my concern with Timber is Timber's short. You're gonna have two short centre backs. I'd get because the dude Skriniar from Inter Milan's free. I'd sign Skriniar for free.
I ain't bringing in
Nah,
Skriniar.
not
Right,
anymore.
how old is he?
Skriniar,
27.
Skriniar, but not.
How Skriniar? I think he's 20 for free.
Timber, don't get just kids quick as well.
We need to start. I get that, but we need to start looking in this free market as well and start signing dudes, man.
No, we've been looking in the free market.
Skriniar, though. I don't want no Skriniar.
You just don't like his name.
I do want Timber. I want Timber.
I want Timber, fam. I want.
Wait,
you know, I was gutted.
It's
In the
a good point that
EPL,
Josh
in the
has made.
EPL, you're confident in two short centre backs.
That's a good point.
That's a
What
right.
did we
That's a
do?
good point.
Luke Shaw's been fine in centre back.
Luke Shaw's 6'1".
Yeah, but as a centre back, it's not.
How
he's
tall
not
is
very
Timber?
tall.
Timber's
I'm not
5'10".
sure.
He's my height.
Yeah, Timber's.
Is he 5'10"?
Check it
Timber's
out.
5'10", Martinez is 5'9".
1.79.
Kim and Jay, what's Kim and Jay? Kim and Jay
That's
6.
what- that's fine.
One,
5'10", he's 5'10".
No,
Timber's
Kim and Jay.
5'10".
How tall's Kim and
That's
Jay?
wild. You can have
Massive.
one.
He's
You can't have two short centre backs, bro. Those, what do you call it? I think they'll move
Yeah, but
to
we
us.
still. It's not like we don't have Varane. We still
No, he's
have
not gonna play
Varane.
all the games. He ain't gonna.
We still have. I was gonna say his name, but I'm not gonna
What's
say his
going on
name.
now?
But we have Varane anyway.
Okay.
So and yeah, as KG said, Timber is someone that can play right back, and he can play right back very well as well. I really want Timber. I think he'll be good. And the main thing, he's played under Ten Hag. He's played with
care about that
Anthony. He's
anymore.
played with Martinez. I think it's a no-brainer.
I don't care if
in
you
my
play
opinion.
with Ten Hag anymore. I'm tired of this Dutch league settings every time. I've seen.
Why?
He's
6'2".
working for us.
He's 6'2".
Who's
Who,
6'2"?
Kim?
Kim and Jay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why am I
six.
Bro, you not talking like height matters, fam. Look what Wout's doing, fam. Mr. Giddy up, bro.
Yeah, but-
6 something,
But
fam. And he's just.
Wout's not centre
He's
back.
6 something. He can't win headers, fam.
Yeah, but
Hayley,
Wout's not
does height
centre
matter?
back. Yeah. What Hayley?
In terms of what?
Oh, no.
That's what I'm saying. I gave it a look. I gave it. How does height matter?
No, but you know
In
what?
footballing sense, for my defenders, I don't want two short defenders. I don't.
Okay. And
Them
in
man
not
control.
footballing.
No, but them man control the thing. Them man control the thing. You know, I've seen these lot play high line. Like
You've got Varane.
you got like them man. Don't sleep on Timber is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on the bro. The guy's good.
I'm not-
Don't let this thing because you lot they tried to hire us with Martinez. He's the best centre back
Okay,
we have.
can I just make a point then? So here's my thing. If
Yeah.
we were out to buy a first choice centre back, my first choice, as in specifically to come into the first team, starting 11 every game, it would be Kim and Jay.
But you got Varane, so you can't do that.
I'm just saying that's what it would be because of the height, because of the height thing. Not just because of the height thing. That's
he's
my
aggressive.
Personal,
he's quick.
That's my exactly. That's my personal preference. But if we're going for somebody who is there as a bench player,
then Timber.
And this is and what you have to think about is you still have the issue is you still have a Varane, so you still have to respect Varane in some.
And Lindelof.
You still have a Varane. Okay. I hear Lindelof. I hear it.
I don't know. You know
what? You have a Varane, so we have to respect Varane.
Also, I think when Martinez is playing, it's not like he's relying on his tall centre back partner to help him when headers come into the box. We don't play that way. It's like, cool, Varane always goes for the headers, the aerial battles, so that Martinez can clean up after. No, Martinez wins these headers as well.
Of course, but it's nice to have.
Yeah, I think I'm not doubting the fact that Martinez wins these headers, but number one, in the Dutch league, the Eredivisie, Ajax dominate, right? So that's one thing. So Timber and Martinez aren't under pressure in the same way. Number two, in the Eredivisie, they're not on that long hoofball header settings. Trust me. If we have those two centre back, we'll eat it. If it was me personally, I'm keeping Lindelof and I'm buying this Jasko Guardiola guy. That's who I'm buying for centre back. The left-footed centre back at RB Leipzig. Yeah, because it's a far bigger problem when Martinez is injured as opposed to when Varane's injured. Because we haven't got another left-sided centre back.
Fits in.
I know, but then you got to trust Tyrell on left back, who's okay, but I prefer Shaw left back.
That to me is the only thing I will say about Timber. That's a disadvantage. We do need more left-footed centre backs. That's the only thing I'll say. But other than that, Timber.
Yeah. Well, listen, the conversation. I like the conversation. It's a good one. It's the midfield for me. But then I'm looking at this game right now, and I'm watching Spurs lose 3-0 down. And
4-0.
we've been having the Kane conversation. You lot heard did you hear what Kane said in the last one? Because the Man United fans were saying, we'll see you in June.
He was laughing.
We'll see you in June.
And they asked him about it. They said, Kane, is he in? Is he in? Son? Off the line, off the Yossi Aska line, and he said that they said the lineup will see you in June. He said that he heard them, but he's focusing on his team
season,
to the end of the season. That is
he's coming.
Door open.
Yeah.
That is hey guys.
Yeah, come and get me.
What did you think of that?
I'm taking it as he wants to come, because why are you smiling? Definitely. Why would you smile at that if you have no interest?
Because he's about to twerk, but he's just not sure.
Yes, the light twerk. That's the one that's sitting down. That's sitting down.
Hayley, that's when he's sitting down in the club.
Yeah. 100%.
You're not dancing yet, but.
Ole Kane!
Oh.
I need him!
Yeah.
I need him! I need him! Let me sign him!
He's in a
I don't
shit team and he still scores goals.
Bruno and them, man.
Yeah.
Bruno.
He's coming.
Bruno playing to...
If we really want to challenge, Kane is the signing.
That is the vampire signing.
I think if I'm looking long term, I do think Victor Osimhen would be really good.
No. We want... The thing
immediate
is,
short term, win the title next season or the season after, get Kane in.
Look at the sense. Look at the understanding.
I think you get a Kane.
Don't shut up.
I think you get a Kane, but you bring in another young striker with him. You have to find.
I feel like they will do that though. I feel like they will.
Look at it. Look. Just know what the goal is. IQ on 100 and something. He's ridiculous. The guy is like, that's a striker. That's what we need. If we wanna literally,
and that's his first chance.
208 goals.
Come to United.
Overtaken Wayne.
They're killing you at your club. They're killing you, bro. Come United.
Get the record at United.
But you know what though? I'm not happy with Levy just creaming us for money, man. Like 1 year of his contracts, he's not over. You know what I mean? He's in the latter stage of his career, and we're just gonna give him 100 mil for them to rebuild. They're probably gonna sign dude like Evan Ferguson.
What is that 100 mil when we end up winning titles in that?
Yeah, it's nothing.
It's nothing.
I don't care about it.
Yeah, but if we end up spending 100 million on Kane, and then we can't really spend too much money on other positions that we also need,
But listen,
But you just said short term.
Yeah, especially for something that's only going to be 2 or 3
if
seasons.
Shay comes,
I don't know
we're
about
doing
Shay.
100 mil, 100 mil.
Listen, I'm still KG's
Kane,
energy, one striker
give it.
away.
You
He's a basket.
snake.
Kane is right there.
You snake.
Kane
You
is right
snake. You snake. Kulu. Yeah, you're a snake.
I still think one striker away. I think Kane in this team is different.
I think we're a striker and a midfielder. Because our attack is weak, I'm sorry.
You think our attack's weak?
Yeah,
You
our
know,
attack is weak.
I'm getting back in for thingy, you know. I know you
Dion.
lot say it's like,
Dion.
getting back
He's
in.
gonna go back in for him.
Wait,
I'm saying that's his
I'm
son.
not
getting
For
back
Dion.
in.
They won't come.
He sounds crazy. I'll
getting
sign
back in
Tillmans
for
for free.
I don't think they'll
Do you know how sick he
Tillmans
is?
for free. I'll sign him for free.
Would you?
To do
free.
what? For
Not
He's
Tillmans.
free. What? He's a
Give
free.
me Van der Beek vibes.
He's better than Donny, bruv. Yeah, because you know what it is. We have to spend money because I don't know if El Tan's coming in. We have to spend money, but we have to start utilising that free market as well. We have to.
Yeah, we utilised the free market with Ericsson this season, though.
Exactly, we utilise it
That
again.
was because we was broke. If Sheikh comes in, we ain't gonna be having to
We ain't
utilise
gonna be
the free
shopping in the
market.
bargain basement.
Yeah.
We're gonna be getting.
We're gonna be in different shops.
Yeah, Harrods.
Yeah.
Deon's good.
Listen,
but
Aldi's
We're not
expensive
gonna
now,
be
you
in
know.
Aston.
But
Yeah, I
Aldi's
was in
expensive
there
now, you
last
know.
week.
What we did last summer transfer window that I don't want us to do again is rely on one player because of his verbal agreement with United to come, and then at the end we end up scrambling for a centre mid. I think we went to was it Rabiot we tried to get, and then
Thank
we
God
ended
his
up
mum
getting
was
Casemiro.
brazy.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it was
I
good
love
in the
his mum.
end.
God.
His
It
mum
was
was
good
the
in the
greatest thing
end,
to
but
us.
like. If that whole Dion back and forth thing, that shouldn't be happening at a club like
You don't want a saga?
Nah.
Do you not
I'm
know that
tired
you
of
support
the
Man
sagas,
United
man.
and Saga's a part of our life?
It is, but why do we do this?
No,
If
we have to
get a
do
new
it.
owner,
We can't help it.
We can't have it.
We can't help it. We like a saga.
We love it. We
Listen,
love it.
What about Gravenberch instead? I just want, like you, I just want someone who's going to come. I don't need this long saga
that's a
thing.
foul. Anyway, people, we've reached that time. I hope you guys enjoyed the game. I hope you're enjoying this new show, The Full-Time View. Again, shout out Hayley, shout out Raph, shout out man like Young History, fam.
Yeah.
Young Josh, my little bro.
Welcome, debut.
Yeah, good debut, man. Good debut. And
Thank you, guys.
let's never forget Steph. Shout out Steph.
Big up, Steph.
Big up.
Your bad
Come on.
self.
Big up. Listen, people, don't forget to like and subscribe. Nah, we're not doing that.
Thank you.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're out of here. Everyone stay blessed. Peace.
Peace.